tell a story to you, and the story is called The Tale of the Three Brothers, from the book The Tales of Beetle the Bard. And even though it's not a typical bedtime story, I still hope that you will like it, that you will enjoy it. I really like the moral of the story, and I hope you will too. So yeah, this is what the book looks like. Okay, let's see on what page the story is. So, there we have the tale of the three brothers. It starts at page 87. Okay, let's go there then. Okay. So now, I hope you don't mind if I come a little closer to you. I know that you have been very busy lately, and I thought that I could keep you company and try to relax you, calm you down, just forget about everything right now and just listen to the sound of my voice. It's important that you get your rest and some time out. And yeah, I'm just gonna get started, okay, sweetie? It's okay. Alright. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do some ear-to-ear whispering / soft speaking, because I know that you like it. Alright. The tale of the three brothers. There were once three brothers who were traveling along a lonely, winding road at twilight. In time, the brothers reached a river too deep to wade through and too dangerous to swim across. However, these brothers were learned in the magical arts, and so they simply waved their wands and made a bridge appear across the treacherous water. They were halfway across it when they found their path blocked by a hooded figure, and Death spoke to them. He was angry that he had been cheated out of 3 new victims, for travelers usually drowned in the river. But Death was cunning. He pretended to congratulate the 3 brothers upon their magic, and said that each had earned a prize for having been clever enough to evade him. Just wanted to show you the picture real quick. There. You can see the 3 brothers and then the bridge that these brothers created with their magic power. And here you can see the hooded figure, which is Death, the Death. So the oldest brother, who was a combative man, asked for a wand more powerful than any in existence. A wand worthy of a wizard who had conquered death. So Death crossed to an elder tree on the banks of the river, fashioned a wand from a branch that hung there, and gave it to the oldest brother. Then the second brother, who was an arrogant man, decided that he wanted to humiliate Death still further, and asked for the power to recall others from death. So Death picked up a stone from the riverbank and gave it to the second brother, and told him that the stone would have the power to bring back the dead. And then Death asked the third and youngest brother what he would like. The youngest brother was the humblest and also the wisest of the brothers, and he did not trust Death. So he asked for something that would enable him to go forth from that place without being followed by Death. And Death unwillingly handed over his own cloak of invisibility. Then Death stood aside and allowed the 3 brothers to continue on their way, and they did so. admiring Death's gifts. In due course, the brothers separated, each for his own destination. The first brother traveled on for a week or more, and reaching a distant village, he sought out a fellow wizard with whom he had a quarrel. Naturally, with the elder wand as his weapon, he could not fail to win the duel that followed. Leaving his enemy dead upon the floor, the oldest brother proceeded to an inn, where he boasted loudly of the powerful wand he had snatched from Death himself, and of how it made him invincible. That very night, another wizard crept upon the oldest brother as he lay, wine-sodden upon his bed. The thief took the wand and, for good measure, slit the oldest brother's throat. And so Death took the first brother for his own. Meanwhile, the second brother journeyed to his own home, where he lived alone. Here he took out the stone that had the power to recall the dead, and turned it thrice in his hand. To his amazement and his delight, the figure of the girl he had once hoped to marry before her untimely death appeared at once before him. Yet she was silent and cold, separated from him as though by a veil. Though she had returned to the mortal world, she did not truly belong there, and suffered. Finally, the second brother, driven mad with hopeless longing, killed himself so as truly to join her. And so Death took the second brother for his own. But though Death searched for the third brother for many, many years, he was never able to find him. It was only when he had attained a great age that the youngest brother finally took off the cloak of invisibility and gave it to his son. And then he greeted Death as an old friend, went with him gladly, and equals, they departed this life. End of the story. So the moral of the story is to be humble in your desires. As you could see, the older brothers who wish to be the most powerful and who wish to bring the dead back, these are grandiose and unnatural desires, and it all resulted in unhappiness and death. And the third brother, who chose to live a peaceful and honest life, lived It just shows you that happiness actually comes from simple, honest living. So, yeah. I see that you're still not too sleepy yet. Do you want to hear another story? Yeah. Alright, let me see what I can find, okay? Let's see. We have the wizard and the hopping pot. We have the fountain of fair fortune, and the warlock's hairy heart, and then we have Rabbity and her crackling stump. Which one do you want to hear? Which one should I read? The Fountain of Fair Fortune? Alright, I can do that. Let me see. Alright. There it is. The Fountain of Fair Fortune. Can you see it? Okay. Okay. I haven't read this one yet, so I'm excited too. High on a hill in an enchanted garden, enclosed by tall walls and protected by strong magic, flowed the Fountain of Fair Fortune. Once a year, between the hours of sunrise and sunset, on the longest day, a single unfortunate was given the chance to fight their way to the fountain. Bathe in its waters and to receive fair fortune forevermore. On the appointed day, hundreds of people traveled from all over the kingdom to reach the garden walls before dawn. Male and female, rich and poor, young and old, of They gathered in the darkness, each hoping that they would be the one to gain entrance to the garden. 3 witches, each with their burden of woe, met on the outskirts of the crowd and told one another their sorrows as they waited for sunrise. The first, by name Asha, was sick of a malady no healer could cure. She hoped that the fountain would banish her symptoms and grant her a long and happy life. The second, by name Althea, had been robbed of her home, her gold, and her wand by an evil sorcerer. She hoped that the fountain might relieve her of powerlessness and poverty. The third, by name Amada, had been deserted by a man whom she loved dearly, and she thought her heart would never mend. She hoped that the fountain would relieve her of her grief and longing. Pitying each other, the 3 women agreed that, should the chance befall them, they would unite and try to reach the fountain together. The sky was rent with the first ray of sun, and a chink in the wall opened. The crowd surged forward, each of them shrieking their claim for the fountain's benison. Creepers from the garden beyond snaked through the pressing mass. And twisted themselves around the first witch, Asha. She grasped the wrist of the second witch, Althea, who seized tight upon the ropes of the third witch, Amada. And Amada became caught upon the armor of a dismal-looking knight who was seated on a bone-thin horse. The creepers tugged the 3 witches through the chink in the wall, and the knight was dragged off, his steed after them. The furious screams of the disappointed throng rose upon the morning air, then fell silent as the garden walls sealed once more. Asha and Althea were angry with Amada, who had accidentally brought along the night. Only one can bathe in the fountain. It will be hard enough to decide which of us it will be, without adding another. Now, Sir Luckless, as the knight was known in the land outside the walls, observed that these were witches, and having no magic nor any great skill at jousting or dueling with swords, nor anything that distinguished the non-magical man, was sure that he had no hope of beating the 3 women to the fountain. He therefore declared his intention of withdrawing outside the walls again. At this, Amada became angry too. "Faint heart," she chided him, "draw your sword, knight, and help us reach our goal." And so the 3 witches and the forlorn knight ventured forth into the enchanted garden, where rare herbs, fruit, They met no obstacle until they reached the foot of the hill on which the fountain stood. Oh, I want to show you the picture. You can see the three witches and the knight. There, however, wrapped around the base of the hill was a monstrous white worm, bloated and blind. In their approach, it turned a foul face upon them, and uttered the following words: "Pay me the proof of your pain." Sir Luckless drew his sword and attempted to kill the beast, but his blade snapped. Then Althea cast rocks at the worm, while Asha and Amada essayed every spell that might subdue or entrance it, but the power of their wands was no more effective than their friend's stone or the knight's steel. The worm would not let them pass. The sun rose higher and higher in the sky, and Tasha, despairing, began to weep. Then the great worm placed its face upon hers and drank the tears from your cheeks. Its thirst assuaged, the worm slithered aside and vanished into a hole in the ground. Rejoicing at the worm's disappearance, the three witches and the knight began to climb the hill, sure that they would reach the fountain before noon. Halfway up the steep slope, however, they came across words cut into the ground before them: "Pay me the fruit of your labors." Sir Luckless took out his only coin and placed it upon the grassy hillside, but it rolled away and was lost. The three witches and the knight continued to climb, but though they walked for hours more, they advanced not a step. The summit came no nearer, and still the inscription lay in the earth before them. All were discouraged as the sun rose over their heads and began to sink towards the far horizon. But Althea walked faster and harder than any of them, and exhorted the others to follow her example, though she moved no further up the enchanted hill. "Courage, friends, and do not yield," she cried, wiping the sweat from her brow. As the drops fell glittering onto the earth, the inscription blocking their path vanished, and they found that they were able to move upwards once more. Delighted by the removal of the second obstacle, they hurried towards the summit as fast as they could, until at last they glimpsed the fountain, glittering like crystal in the bower of flowers and trees. Before they could reach it, however, they came to a stream that ran descend round the hilltop, bearing their way. In the depth of the clear water lay a smooth stone bearing the words, "Pay me the treasure of your past." Sir Luckless attempted to float across the stream on his shield, but it sank. The three witches pulled him from the water, then tried to leave the brook themselves, but it would not let them cross, and all the while the sun was sinking lower in the sky. So they fell to pondering the meaning of the stone's message, and Amada was the first to understand. Taking her wand, she drew from her mind all the memories of happy times she had spent with her vanished lover, and dropped them into the rushing waters. The stream swept them away, and stepping stones appeared, and the three witches and the knight were able to pass at last on to the summit of the hill. The fountain shimmered before them, set amidst herbs and flowers rarer and more beautiful than any they had yet seen. The sky burned ruby, and it was time to decide which of them would bathe. Before they could make their decision, however, Frey Asha fell to the ground. Exhausted by their struggle to the summit, she was close to death. Her three friends would have carried her to the fountain, but Asha was in mortal agony and begged them not to touch her. Then Althea hastened to pick all those herbs she thought most hopeful and mixed them in Sir Luckless' gourd of water, and poured the potion into Asha's mouth. At once Asha was able to stand. What was more, all symptoms of her dread malady had vanished. "I am cured," she cried. "I have no need of the fountain. Let Althea bathe." But Althea was busy collecting more herbs in her apron. "If I can cure this disease, I shall earn gold aplenty. Let Amada bathe." Sir Luckless bowed and gestured Amada towards the fountain, but she shook her head. The stream had washed away all regret for her lover, and she saw now that he had been cruel and faithless, and that it was happiness enough to be rid of him. "Good sir, you must bathe as a reward for all your chivalry," she told Sir Luckless. So the knight clanked forth in the last rays of the setting sun and bathed in the fountain of fair fortune, astonished that he was the chosen one of hundreds and giddy with his incredible luck. As the sun fell below the horizon, Sir Luckless emerged from the waters with the glory of his triumph upon him, and flung himself in his rusted armor at the feet of Amada, who was the kindest and most beautiful woman he had ever beheld. Flushed with success, he begged for her hand and her heart, and Amada, no less delighted, realized that she had found a man worthy of them. The three witches and the knight set off down the hill together, arm in arm, and all four led long and happy lives, and none of them ever knew or suspected that the fountain's water carried no enchantment at all. End of the story. Sleep well, sleep tight, and I hope that this kind of help you to relax. And if there's anything else I can do for you, just let me know, okay, sweetie?